Alright.
Alright.
We don't need to really go over the game we won, right? Like,
No.
we
Absolutely
won.
not.
Pog. We
Mm.
did it. We're the greatest.
Not gonna lie, I'm surprised I didn't throw it and like first game at all.
Well, I have to wait for prepare to attack. Scuffed. Alright. Let's see. Time to pull up this thing I can't read.
You have to zoom in.
Yeah.
Sorry. I did it on my laptop, so I could like actually write and change colors and stuff. But when I export it, it only lets me do it as a PNG.
Yeah. So right out the gate, right? We are way more of a play at range, and they're way more of a get in there and go pew pew. Just because it's like the Hanzo Ana versus Reaper Moira. So theoretically,
Wait, what? Is
what,
this?
what
Is this Sanctum or Shrine?
I don't know. I was getting confused.
Oh no.
The other one's Village. I'll tell you that.
I'll say Shrine.
Yeah, I think this is Shrine and the other one's Sanctum.
It looks like
but
a shrine, so
yeah.
It does.
I'd hope.
Like look at these things. Shrine. Fuck.
Got some weird symbols
Um,
there.
So if this is the comp that we would want to run, we probably go out top right or just far left, right? Like we don't really want to go mid because going mid doesn't give us anything for our range to do anything with, right? Because it's like a Hanzo sitting here, that's like doesn't see anything, versus like if we're posted up like up here, right? Or if we're going around, because it's like theoretically we don't want our Hanzo shooting up. Like it doesn't really make a difference, but it does, right? Like we want them to be even or on high ground.
Didn't we go up at one point on the first map not first on first didn't we go up top in our first game while we were on this map, or am I totally missing?
As a retake at one point, I believe we did. Yeah,
We did, yeah.
Okay.
So in this scenario, they're faster than us. And they have the brawl, right? So we kind of screwed.
I want to point out, like, the big reason that they are faster than us is because the entire time their Zarya's been doing the little Zarya hop, and the Ryan charged out of spawn immediately. So, right from the get-go, their tanks are further ahead than us. And as you can see, the Ryan, they've already got, like, a strong positioning around the sides here. So they can totally set up wherever they want on point and then prepare to push us whenever they want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Super basic.
And then so here we engage, but we really don't want to engage here. Like, because Plubbles is on the side, he's not in the fight yet. And he's not in the fight yet, and like the three of us are like dying, right? And the only answer we have to that is like we hit the Kree with an arrow or something, right? Like a storm arrow hit the Kree.
Mm-hmm.
So question. Should Plubbles have just not gone alone, or should we just
Once they had the positional
slow down?
advantage, we shouldn't have engaged straight into them.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we saw the team comp, we really shouldn't engage straight into them.
What I was thinking about last night, and you can tell me if you think this isn't correct, but I was thinking, like, obviously we try and get, like, Robert, Yeti, Donker, and maybe Aya, like, down main as fast as we possibly can. And then we also get me set up on the left, like where I am now, and then I was thinking that Darth could wall climb on the right side and get another cross angle there. So, like, once we get set up like that, then we're golden, right? But obviously that Darth is playing far back, and then it would be difficult for U4 because it would take us a little bit longer to set up. I don't know.
I don't think we can do that against Master's team because then they just all turn around and delete you, right? Darth's fine on the top right, but I don't think you're fine on the left. If you have the core 4 of us, because with this core 4, I can't do anything. I can't apply any pressure, right? Because I just get rolled because I don't have a DPS with me, right? So it's like even if we have the off angle setups, it's like you guys have to kill kills immediately. Otherwise, I don't think it works.
Yeah. I will say I do have, the roll, so I can basically hop down all those stairs and be with you guys immediately if I wanted to, but I don't know if I use my roll in this scenario to get up there in the first place. So I don't know.
But yeah,
I think it all depends on the setup.
There, I die because they are a comp that wants to press W and they press W into me, and all of my survivability is attributed to the bubble that comes out when I am half health and backing up. And then it's like, I try and do something with the bubble other than just hold shield and I immediately die.
So should a bubble come sooner?
Bubble comes sooner or later. Like, basically when I got bubbled was the worst time to be bubbled. Because I'm pressing S and holding shield, right? Because it's like, I get bubbled right now, and I get my 2 swings, and I'm not half health, right? But I have finished my swings, then I get bubbled, and then...
I think what Yeti was bubbling you for was to back up, like, more safely, but
That's not what you want to be bubbling for in the first place, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to bubble for me to back up. You want to bubble like if there's a backup bubble, you do it now, right? Because like when I am shielding and holding S, I do not need a bubble. Here I would need a bubble to try and pressure the Reaper off of me. Because I can't just hold S into a Rhine and a Reaper. So I get a bubble, I get to swing on them like once or twice, it forces the Reaper back, it gives me that space, and then I can escort myself out with my shield. Because it's like, the shield is what keeps me alive if I want to back out, right? And as I die, I have a 1200 health shield. And then it's like our nade is late if it's an attempt to heal me, right? Because I am real dead. It's fine. Like, and then like, once we get rolled, we just all die, and that's fine. And then from here, we probably should have swapped off the Hanzo. Just because,
To mirror?
Yeah, to mirror or to something else. Just because I don't think a Hanzo can do anything on this point pushing into that team, right? Because by the time the Hanzo gets an angle, their team is so deep into us that they've already gotten all their value. So it's like he can't get a pick to start the fight against that team comp. Yeah, like Reaper or just like wacky things like Sombra or Echo. Just something that can have the impact on the fight that is like the brawl fight. Just because, especially if we swap off the Moira, like if you go like Mei here, we'll probably be fine, just because like you can wall off the Rhine and we can take advantage of that. or just things like that.
I think Hanzo on this point in general just isn't as good because it's so close quarters. Like, unless you can get a good angle off on the right side or maybe the left, like, there's not really any reason to be running Hanzo instead of Reaper or Mei.
Yeah.
Because they still have beat for Grav, like Grav Dragon, and doesn't really matter. You might as well have a Reaper and win all those other fights.
So there is another bubble that wasn't great, but here we're just trying to space out and buy time for our DPS to set up on the left, and I don't know how Plebbles ends up there with where they ended up. Because you just beeline straight left and they W straight into us.
They mess up really badly here.
Yeah, like they just overextend straight into us.
Also, their Ryan started pushing when he was half health. And obviously, I got behind him because they pushed in so far, and I got picks.
So here they're speeding straight into us, and so where do we want to be positioned? I think Bubbles, we want you on point.
I think so too.
How do you have health?
They ran at him, hit him with Fire Strike. I don't know.
Ah. Okay.
And then so here, Aya, right? Bubbles is half health, and that's fine, right?
I already realized. Yeah, I instantly realized. I was like, I should not be there.
And this point is alleviated if Bubbles is on point, right? But it's like into this exact comp, into like anything, you need to be on me at all times. Like nothing else matters. Literally nothing else matters. It's like me and Yeti should always be being healed by you. If DPS gets hurt, then they have to come to you. It's not you go to them, because if you go to them,
this is what happens.
You see a Reinhardt evaporate in real time. And then here, it's just decisiveness, right? Because here we're calling to call in, right? Like, we want to call in, we have 5 ults, they have 1, 2 with the Grav, but it's like...
Oof.
We're here. This is when you press Q, like, right here.
No, wasn't it late?
You could say that.
Oh, I know what happened. I decided not to do it because we got grabbed. And
Okay.
I have the mentality of, oh, if like we're grabbed, just like let it happen.
Yes, I personally think that that's.
But then when we lived, I was like, oh, I should call now because we lived. That's
Depends
totally
on
my fault.
see like how it plays out, like the timing. You probably had like a window before the graph.
Yeah, no. So it's like, and if the graph comes out, we have B, right?
Theoretically, we do, Robert.
I am talking to Aya, and what she should be thinking. So you should not call in reaction to them grabbing. I like, you see them grab, you hold call. I personally think that that's an okay thing, Unless we beat. If we beat, then you still call, right? Because we'll live through the grav. However, taking the words out of your mouth, it's like once I saw the grav, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to press Q right here. So, it's being first, right? You hold your call because they grabbed, so you're letting the team that has 2 ults dictate the pace of the fight when we have 5 ults, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, we should have already been calling at this point, and if we're calling at this point, we're fine. Just because everything plays out essentially the same, except I will live. And then yeah, Dunker, like what?
Saw you. Sounds like should I solo beat or should I beat when there's one dude in the grav?
Well, the thing is, Darth also got in it. Darth jumped into the grab.
Yeah, I know.
And also, I think even then, like, even if it's just Robert, their comp
it's
snowballs super hard if they're up 1. So like, we can't get picked.
Yeah, you literally solo beat me.
Yeah.
If I am solo beated, like, assuming you didn't hit anyone else on the team and you beat it for just me, I think it's worth it just because you need me to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we call after, and just win.
But yeah, like once Darth ends up here, like it's a definite beat.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, Cole, unfortunate, but like the existence of this beat is just like
it could have helped out a lot.
Pretty not great.
Levels fell off the map. Nice.
I rolled off, resetting.
Nice.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, with style. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Also, we shouldn't be in a situation where we have like 5 ults in first. I think if we were rotating, we should have like 2 or something like that, 2 or 3. I mean, like that's probably more generalization. Depends. But
Theoretically, we engaged with Cole, and then we would use Shatter. That's what was supposed to happen that fight, right? So we only have 4 ults now, and we only have 3 ults because we used Beat on that Grav. And so we have Grav Dragon and High Noon coming up for this fight to defend this point because we won that fight because we used those ults.
right.
However, as you see, when we don't use those ults, it becomes real bad.
Real bad.
And then yeah, so El Clasico, run at them, but like
Dragon, like
I think we beat it.
so Dragon. So keep in mind where the grab is. Right, it's the right side.
yeah, so
like I had to rely on my hearing. My hearing, I guess, was my sublime sight.
Grab.
So I think, maybe I'm stupid here, but when they have a Lucio, and like at this point we assume he has Beat, right? Because he's at 92. Like we called he had Beat. So if Grav Dragon is basically meaningless, right? Because the Beat negates it. So
No, that's not
if we
true.
want to get any value out of the Grav, we need to get a big Grav where the Rhine can also swing in it. Because otherwise, it's totally negated by the Beat. So having it off to the right side and being a solo Grav on the Zarya is pretty much the worst spot it could possibly be. Especially since they didn't call the location of it.
if I'm this Zarya and I'm right here, I grab this Reinhardt. Like I don't care if I solo grab him, I grab this Reinhardt and we kill him. And if we kill the Reinhardt, like even if it takes Grav Dragon to kill the Reinhardt, they presumably beat. we kill the Reinhardt and then we win the fight. Because like with these comps, like the team that has a Reinhardt, if they keep their Reinhardt alive, will just win every time.
Mm-hmm.
So and yeah, it's like we're assuming they have beat, so we assume our Reinhardt needs to swing into that grav, and it's like he's throwing it into the back line. I have a Reinhardt in front of me, like I can't follow up on that. And then of course
somehow it gets a Lucio, I think. It's pretty lucky.
I think it gets someone.
Yeah.
I don't remember who.
All I know is
yeah.
what was it? Our second map was King's Row, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I know is I walked into grav and then I was able to walk out and then I walked back in and I walked back out in the same grav. Weird.
Voodoo magic. Don't worry about it.
If you're at the very edge of it, it might like.
But yeah. So here is why our composition is bad, right? Because we're grab dragoning, yeah, it's fine, whatever, right? I have to answer this Reaper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because no one else on the team can do it other than Pebbles, who's off on the left, right?
Wait, question.
What's up?
So going back to the grab, because we knew that the Lucio had beat, should we not have just grabbed Dragoned in general as a way to bait out the beat?
I mean, like,
what I was saying is like, sorry, go ahead, Darth.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, if, like you said, like if like Reinhardt swings into it plus the dragons, and then if other people focus, you can still overpower beat for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we all we have to do is put grab in a place where our Rhine can swing on it, and it will kill people through beat with grab dragon.
Okay.
If the dragon hits the grab.
Yeah.
Dragon hits.
or if you have line of sight to be able to swing into it.
Yeah. But it's just like so basically you have to create 1v1 and we lose that unfortunate whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like so if the Krees are going to duel, right, that means they're both occupied. So then we have the other DPS matchup of a Hanzo versus a Reaper. And like the Hanzo don't win that if the Reaper gets on our backline, right? And I have to shield this Reaper, or like I have to be close to this Reaper just because he has Blossom.
Yes.
So I have to have the potential to hold up a shield so that way our team can kill him, which means I can't be up in the front like matching this Reinhardt or anything like that. Which is why our comp is kind of bad, because this is a thing that can be forced every time the Reaper flanks, right? Like the only way our comp is able to deal with this is Pebbles goes off to the side, wins the 1v1, comes back, and then like protects our backline. Which
still relying on a lot, like on one factor.
And like if he wins the 1v1 here, he's not coming back to our backline, he's going into their backline. So like there's no world where we have an answer to this Reaper that isn't our Reinhardt. And if our Reinhardt's answering a Reaper, then like it's not looking good for us. There, I shatter because, yeah.
I see. Ooh, nice block. Oh, but I got shatter!
Yeah, so I think this, like, overall matchup is a pretty, like, pretty good wake-up call to, like, positioning. Because I block, like, a number of shatters, and all I hear is that like my team got shattered still, right? And like to an extent, it's on me for not blocking. Like, well, I'm talking about like just in general. Like this specific time, it's just you. But like it's on me for not blocking the entirety of shatter. Sure, right? But
wasn't it just like a tiny little like sliver though that literally was how it was able to hit me?
Yeah. But you got hit, right?
Yeah.
And if you're one step to the left, then you don't get hit. So,
I guess it's
in this scenario, it's more so on you
yeah.
for not being behind my shield if my shield is blocking it, right?
Yeah.
Like if he shatters, I don't shield, and our entire team gets shattered. That's me, right?
Wait,
But
I was gonna say, did we call that he had shatter? I can't
No.
remember. No? Okay.
But
No, it would have been long enough. Probably would like to see.
As a general positioning thing, you should never be far enough out to get hit by the shatter in the first place, right? Because you should always be behind me. And just for shatters in general, if I block the shatter and someone gets shattered, it is on them because it's not on me. Because it's like I did what I could to put the shield to try and block as much as I could, or whatever, right?
Yeah. I'm just bad.
Yeah.
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 I still want to know though how you and Yeti didn't get shattered when your shield and your bubble were up, yet like 3 of us got shattered.
I don't know, man.
Whack.
Was that not yesterday or that?
All I know is it happened on a King's Row map.
So yeah, here is pretty yikes.
Should we have saved B for that?
I beat it because I saw you just sleeping on the ground. I saw Ryan's half, like he's pushing in. So like queued so you could
Yeah, I think the beat is okay, right?
go in.
But it's just like the entirety of the enemy team lives through this, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a 100 health Zarya, a 100 health Moira, and then Lucio and a Reaper. And in that window, none of them died, even though they definitely had the potential to, right? And why is that? Why did they live?
Focus fire, not composition.
It's because we have a Hanzo. Because if we have like a Reaper there, right? Like that's pretty straightforward cleanup. Yes, focus fire and things like that, right? But it's just that like in this close quarter scuffle engagement brawl, like our Hanzo can't do anything as far as like damage compared to a real DPS who's built for it. And like ideally our Kree is there for that exact scenario, but because he was the one person on our team that died and he was coming back, right? Like he wasn't there for that cleanup.
Can I ask a question? More
Yes,
directed towards you, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Why'd you keep going that way?
It's a good off angle I can take. And it lets me pressure both their front line and their back line at the same time. And not to mention that, it also draws off the attention of the other people. So their comp is like WM1. Like, they all go forward, right? If I can go off on that left side and, like, even bring off, like, one person, like, either one person goes off to challenge me, typically the McCree, like he did in that last time and actually beat me, or I get a pick. So there's not really a huge reason not to go there unless I need to peel for the Reaper, which I probably should have that fight, but, you know.
Yeah, so here...
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. I was just kind of like... In my brain, it's just like, we kept going that way and, like, I don't know.
Because also, like, if he's, like, right behind Reinhardt, and that's, like, where the last place he wants to be, because, like, he's, like, so close to everyone else, he's not going to have, like, much angles, and he's getting killed easily.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. It's like, if he's on top of me,
I will return.
he might get value. If he goes left, he forces value. And the amount of value is just dependent on the skill matchup of if he wins the 1v1 of whoever goes after him.
Yep.
Um,
And if they send more than one, like, if they send 2 people, first of all, I can roll back, and then I'll be with you guys. Or you guys can push up into them, and then you guys have the advantage in numbers at that point.
Yeah. Here, Yeti is very, 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 very out of position.
Where is he? Oh, okay. Wait, oh, is that the right?
Well, it's
According
Yeti's
to our spawn.
entire existence is
that's-
supposed to be next to this Zenyatta, right?
Yeah. I'm slow. This is Sanctum, yes. I remember last time something he has the mind of a solo queue hog.
I
Yeah,
think
like-
part of it was in a prior VOD, we talked about Yeti like going down mid and getting hooked off or something. So Robert was like, "Oh, if you're scared about getting hooked off, go bottom right, and then you're fine." So I think
Well, yeah,
that might have been part of it.
That scenario is a completely different scenario.
I know.
'cause-
I'm just thinking like that could have been why he chose to go bottom right for some reason. Because I don't know any other reason he would.
I think he was trying to get a pick.
As
As
in the team
CFX
comp,
said before,
the person who's supposed to get a pick is right here, and all you have to do is keep him alive. He'll kill people. Have faith. It's a team. We got this.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, look at that. He got a pick.
Hey!
Then I overextended, try to heal.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
So
remember
right
what
here, Donker does not die.
Mm-hmm.
Donker never dies. You know why Donker doesn't die? Because our hog is either in the way or counter hooks,
Mhm.
and we are fine.
Oh snap!
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like if it's the Ash who I'm supposed to pocket, I feel like
I think he would have hooked
isn't the one who
you
shouldn't.
because I think I was in front of you, and then I got hooked.
I don't know. I know you died though, like 100% trying to heal Pebbles when he was calling for me.
No, like the positioning, like all that from our team is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donker being here is exactly what he's supposed to do because he's supposed to rotate to point now because we have the pick advantage, so we want the positional advantage while they are rezzing, and we're perfectly fine because we have our hog with us to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
So he is perfectly safe to be there. However, if our hog isn't there, then he cannot be there. This is true. And our hog is not here, so.
I didn't get trans this whole match.
It's not really your fault though.
I'll put a sad face in that note. That our Zen died because of Yeti.
No, like
Okay.
we literally lose this entire map because of Yeti going the right at the start.
That sounds
Because-
harsh, but it's
Did he-
true.
Did he continue going right?
Well,
This is kind of snowballs things.
it snowballs completely out of control with their team comp that we can't push into them. Because we got the pick, we had literally won the fight if Yeti was with us. But instead we lose that fight, we lose control of the point, and then we just, as a team, cannot push into them.
So as another note, don't play solo queue hog in game.
He needs
Yeah.
to know when he needs to position to peel, and when he needs to position to get a pick.
Yeah,
Cough,
I mean,
play
so-
diva, cough.
I think
I keep
rarely you
telling
want
him to
to
play
position
Diva.
at this point.
He just doesn't want to.
I don't think the pick is the problem. I think it's just like rarely would you want to go as a flank.
Yeah, so here, we have their hog, you know, out here dealing damage to our team, pressuring us. Gets a hook, gets a pick, is still here, is still pressuring, dealing damage, all that.
Ult charge.
Okay, so 20% ult charge, got a pick, pressuring me out, yada yada yada, right? like all that. So in that same amount of time, Yeti has fired a shot at the enemy and missed a hook.
Mm-hmm.
In those 30 seconds, that's all he has contributed to the team, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
But that's like kind of like on the point. Like he has like no opportunities to really do anything because the enemy team is just so far away, and if he gets close enough, he's gonna die anyways.
yeah,
He's
and then
right in
like
the open,
now
too.
he's
Like-
out in the open against a team where every individual person on the enemy team can make sure he gets no value.
Cough, cough, Anna.
No, I mean it's like so.
Everyone.
The
Yeah,
ball.
Everyone
But like,
Doesn't
care.
I've seen him be targeted by the Ana like multiple times already, as he's just sitting on point totally alone. What?
That is true, but it would be the same even if they were running the Mercy or the Zen.
Because he'd be discorded and
Yeah.
just die.
Oh, I perished.
He has like no protection. He has no cover.
Yeah.
He just gets deleted.
Yeah. And if we just look like across the board, right? Balls have essentially same ult charge. Our Ash has more ult charge because we got the first shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mercies are the same. The Ana versus the Zen, the Tracer versus the Echo, and the Hog versus the Hog. We are all like significantly behind.
Yeah.
And so why is that? Well, our Zen is significantly behind, not like of his own fault, right? Because like he got picked.
So
I was playing too far back. I think I could have been a little more aggressive. I wasn't getting like much damage.
The Echo just gets kind of screwed, in my opinion, without the Zen. Because our Mercy is on our
Ash.
Our Mercy is on our Ash, so like you do not get your healing if our Zen is dead. And then they have a pocketed Ash, so it's like you're not gonna be able to stay in the air. If you're on the ground, then Ball and Tracer will kill you. Like you aren't here for a good time. So like after that first death, you look at their team comp and you probably want to swap. The only reason why you wouldn't swap is if you were a significant amount to your ult, because I think duplicate's good ult. But in this scenario, I think you should just swap, right? And like so, Darth is dependent on Dunker.
Mm-hmm.
Dunker is dependent on Yeti. So the three people on our team that are behind, it's like it's not 100% on Yeti, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because individually we could have played better, we could have done things, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
However, Darth loses his support. Our support dies because of Yeti being over here instead of over here.
So question.
Yes.
Let's say our Hog was existing on our Zen, would we be playing relative to our spawn on the left side? Would both the Zen and the Hog be there?
Yes.
Yes.
Like the Hog is like exactly where Donker gets hooked is like the exact position that our Hog is playing to stop that exact hook.
Mm-hmm.
Like his one job is to do that.
That kind of thing kind of repeats this whole map too. Not the exact same thing, but Yeti just not peeling for Donker.
So on this map, he's my bodyguard.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder I keep dying.
No one,
Yeah.
no one else would be a bodyguard.
Like how-
I switched to McCree to try to help, but like, I wasn't good about that either.
Yeah, like
Like
Yeah.
on previous maps too. Like I'll die a lot
Because if
because I'm
he's
alone.
if he's playing with you, not only is he protecting you from the random hog hook and the tracer, but he's also in a good position to get value himself. Like, he can hook people in, and then you have the Discord, we have the focusing beam. We've got all these things to burst down people that he can hook in, but that doesn't really happen. Like, ugh, man.
I'm not gonna know, like, when I switched to McCree to help you. For some reason, I still positioned myself in a bad way where I couldn't really help later on this map.
Yeah, so here, Yeti goes in and dies for free, and our backline is burning and dying, and...
Was I not there? Oh, I wasn't there to protect Donkey.
If you...
Satch. Oh, but Donker lives! With 1 health!
Well, they're alive, but I wouldn't say they're living, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Barely breathing.
How do you go the other way around?
So we have like this existence of like we're 5-6, we're not really trying to take a fight, and we trade DPS and we get out Nano and Minefield, right? So it's like this is okay for us, right? Like not ideal, but it's okay.
I think I res it.
Flat on the floor.
Peace.
I think I res it. Oh wait, no, I don't res it. I didn't realize that
you
Paul's
don't res it,
not
yeah.
Robert.
And then
Here's our position.
we get kind of rolled, and the worst thing that Yeti can do here is die.
Oh.
Well, it is really
Everyone
bad
else
that
is
he
dead.
heals, but he's purpled, so that saves him in that regard, so they don't get as much ult charge off of him. But yeah, it's like when you're in the 4v6 and dying, like you do not want to heal. But yeah, the Yeti has no business like coming up far enough to get hooked, right? Because he's just chilling at spawn because we already lost that fight. But now he's like staggered himself, and it just makes our rotation slower. And I think the Kree pick here is like okay. It's not ideal once we get to an open fight, but we're not getting to the open fight, so I can understand the Kree pick, right? Because it's like in this close corridors, you beat their tanks and the Tracer.
I was thinking just like the doctors kept dying, and like he's like, and someone needed to protect him. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I
who
remember
else.
you saying that.
Yeah, that's also fine.
It's a good thought
Maybe
process,
Reaper
but
would have been better. I don't know.
theoretically that doesn't... You don't have to do that if Yeti's playing with Donker.
Theoretically.
Hey, Donker, maybe your protection squad. Look at
I
that.
know,
Wow,
that's what I said.
they're pretty
But
good.
I still go outside anyways. I'm stupid.
I'm
Donker
his
dies for
protection
it.
squad now.
Yeah, Donker dies for it.
Think so? Yeah, the ball.
I don't know who.
Ball's bullying, and
I
then Tracer's
failed him.
bullying.
No, I failed him.
Don't worry, Yeti got a hook on their hog.
Hey.
And like I noticed as
Thank
you go away,
God.
like I'm supposed to be helped.
Donker, he just come and die. Unfortunate. Oh, got the Tracer. He's a god. The rest of the Tracer doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's 90% not touching with a zipper ball. I don't even know if you were able to touch her. There you go.
I did it. I touched. I die for it, but I touched.
I think I do. Maybe?
And then ball bullied me again.
Oh. I forgot that happens.
Place planted. It was the last second, anyways.
Yeah.
I just like the slow, like just drop.
The slow descent.
But okay, so it's like 3.5 minutes on this current point, right? Like about, right? So for the 3.5 minutes,
Didn't do anything.
Yeti's job is to play on top of Donker. I think we get maybe 40 seconds of that throughout the duration, because, like, not
Maybe
including this,
walking
we're all
from
looking at
spawn to the mega.
Okay, so those are the 40 seconds. This is all the next Donker gets for the rest of the map. No, so it's like,
Did he call he was
It's
going
hard to
right?
like, get so much value there.
Even if you did, it doesn't
well,
matter.
yeah, it doesn't change the fact that it's still the wrong thing to do, and
Well, no, because I thought that.
If he calls that he's going right and then we go right to follow him, we're immediately in a worse position.
Yeah, we're crippling our sight lines.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm pretty sure like we called out that it's like this is what we want to do, like repeatedly.
Yep.
Like I think everyone on the team knows
going
that
left.
on Sanctum we want to go to the back pocket and use our range and get picks and play from there. Like with me on ball, doing whatever I can to create openings for us, right? Like to me, that is my understanding of what our team knows to do on this map.
So is it safe
We
to
also
say in
called him-
general? Is it safe to say in general on Sanctum don't go right? Period, unless you're ball.
Well, it depends what side right is, right? Because
Go to the open. Go to the open
Relative
area.
to our spawn, don't go to the side. Okay,
yeah,
don't.
you wanna go on the side that doesn't have the backwards drop onto point.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have his good positioning. This is bad positioning because well, no, he's protecting Donker, right? That's his job, right? He's protecting Donker.
Best
right?
defense is a good offense. Just kill everyone.
He's
What
giving
is
me all that
happening with
space
the
to play
Ash
in.
model?
Just chilling. This is how Pablo feels watching this hog.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
You're so offended about it.
but so right here, he dies for completely free, going for a hook he should not be going for, and getting punished for it, right? Because he goes for that hook, and then he doesn't have hook. And guess who does have hook? And guess who can punish him for not having hook?
Their hog.
Oh, hey, look, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll count that as like 10 seconds, if that, of protecting Donker. And then, yeah, like, going for a hook that he shouldn't be going for, getting punished for it.
That point, like, he just came back to a dead team.
Yeah, he came back to the dead team, but then he walked up and died. Right? He doesn't have to walk up for there, for any reason.
Yeah, no. Free old charge for them.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
He's protecting Donker, he's protecting Donker, he's doing it live.
Feeding old charge is such a big thing once you get to like really high elo because like that little bit is enough to like push like the other team over the edge.
Yeah.
And then we just went divey.
Ooh.
Or
Also
point.
here, I know he's playing diva to get for the stall, but like, he has no DM coming into the fight.
Yeah, that's...
What was he DMing?
I don't. Me, I guess. No, actually, it's just nothing.
I guess it was like an Ash, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if he was trying to DM for the pulse bomb, but then, like, he saw the tracer and didn't care about the tracer, so that means he's not DMing for the pulse bomb, so I don't know. But yeah,
But this point's like a mad rush for the point.
So, if I had to describe his playstyle, right, it is a selfish solo queue playstyle to like funnel himself and get ults and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he did this playstyle, and he did not press Q once on this map. So it's like, even if he was doing the playstyle, he did not do the playstyle well. So don't even do the playstyle.
I would give him the benefit of the doubt and say I think he was just autopiloting rather than like he just wasn't thinking about what he was doing rather than like thinking about selfish like outcome. I think he just wasn't.
Oh, absolutely. It's just. I think.
As someone who duo queues a lot with Yeti, the way how he's playing right now is how he genuinely plays in comp, and I know that that's the problem. Because actual games and comp are two different things. And I know DFX told him this as well, that he needs to stop playing games as if he's playing in like solo queue.
Yeah, and legitimately, if like if he does not pick things up by like the end of this week, I'm going to make him play main tank and not play off tank, because
I like your main tank.
What?
Also, I like your main tank.
I believe that my main tank is better than my off tank.
It's about nullifying like
but
a net value
of
positive.
In a team environment, like the off tank is so important, because like Zarya, like if you think about it, like in sixes, right? Like Zarya, Diva, Sigma are all like uber insane characters. Like if you ever watch like an Owl, any of those, right? Like they fuck, and
Yeah. But he doesn't play Sigma at all, and he says he claims
Wait,
he's
he doesn't play
Diva,
Sigma?
I've seen him play Sigma. His Sigma's kind of garbo. He doesn't. If you gave him the option to, he would refuse to take it.
Oof. So he plays Zarya and Hog.
He mainly plays just Zarya or Rhine, or Hog, but that's
well,
certain maps. He goes, but
I'll
if
put
we're
it to you this way, right?
yeah,
He plays mainly Zarya, and I have many complaints about his Zarya. So, should we just make him main tank, or?
well, because what's it called? I'm assuming he's gonna be on break soon. He's gonna text me soon. So then, could I ask you this? If you and him duo queued, would that help him in some way?
I think it needs to be like a 3 or a 4 stack, if I'm being honest. Because if it's just a duo queue, then he's not thinking about his backline, and like he's like it'll help a little bit, but then he'll be missing out on other aspects too.
Like we could duo queue and we could fucking grind, right? And I could get his Zarya to an acceptable level for my Reinhardt.
Well, if I remember correctly, I looked at his profile. He's almost masters with Zarya.
But was solo queue minded though.
Yeah, but solo queue minded. That's yeah.
Like he has to get to masters playing the right way. Because ultimately, if he keeps playing like this, like maybe he'll touch masters. Like, huzzah! Like you played the game a lot. Congrats. But then you'll just fall back into diamond over and over again.
So then, could it be Robert, him, and then like Donker or Darth, or even you, Bubbles? Like, could that?
I'd say probably Donker, and probably Donker or Darth, and maybe me. Me less so, but absolutely a support.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it with the tank, you need at least a support to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's kind of impossible.
And like I've played a lot of off tank, so if I'm playing with him, I can try and help him in game a little bit more, and like remind him of that kind of stuff. But it'll be a little tricky if I'm playing DPS.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so it's like, but by the end of this week, he either has to learn or like we have to change something, right? Because he's had 3 or 4 weeks at this point, and I honestly feel like I've just been saying the same things to him over and over. Then King's Row, Pug.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hi,
Hello.
I forgot that was only the first map.
I would do a lot better on this one. Like, the first point with
our hold was amazing. I thought
we
lost, but like it was. I thought
your headlights is acting up, Donker.
Watching the first 2 points and then like on the hold, and like we could have like done things to make it easier on us on the third point.
We were so close on that third point.
Yeah, I think our third point was fine. It's just we got rolled first and second. We just didn't have the time. It's like eventually they got there.
Yeah, if you had,
and then like Donker getting picked.
Also, hi Eli. I don't know if I said hi. And if I did, I forgot.
Hello.
Hello.
I remember watching the first map with Carson last night. So all of the things I could have like contributed beforehand, are immediately gone. Yeah.
You're just saying that Yeti and Robert might have to swap roles after this week, which would be interesting.
That will be interesting.
Maybe. We'll see.
They're giving a lot of space here. If I guess
Another
that's what
bubble.
they want to do.
I don't think we need to talk about that because we've already
Yeah,
said
I'm not
it
talking
2,000
about it at this
times.
point.
Yeah.
Here you died to a Zarya? Were you just on bottom of statue? Or
I think so. I grappled to a weird spot, I think.
Maybe? Or you get lasered, I'm not sure which.
Oh, yeah. The
oh yeah,
Doomfist.
you run from the Doomfist
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Zarya.
Uh-huh.
That's unfortunate.
How high charge is she? Or did leave her that quickly?
Well, it's just a Zarya in general versus like a Widowmaker. She doesn't need charge. Like as long as she has at least 40, that Widowmaker almost always dies if she can't grapple anywhere. And she had like 60, 70, so he definitely dies.
Yeah. Dude, I really need to practice my Sombra. My EMPs are the worst. I think I got flashed out of it on this map.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, granted, it wasn't a good place to EMP in the first place because like we took a fight in a small hallway, but like, man, I've gotten stunned out of my EMPs more than I've hit them.
Yeah,
It's
there.
so sad.
I try and shatter the Rhine, but his hack comes just off, so he can shield in time. But I'm basically trying to take the space in front of the window, so that way they can't window us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it works out decently well.
Or Sombra got punched mid-high
This
stack.
gets
Yeah.
Sombra.
But yeah, then the Doomfist shows up and bye-bye. Look, he only killed 4 of us. Wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad. Just 4. We got Graham.
I just need to play DPS more on the comp.
I mean, it's like
Esports ready.
it's kind of unfair to you, Darth, because like you're supposed to be a support, right? And you're being forced.
There's like the game sense of like positioning. Even if I'm not mechanical god, like if you positioning can take you a long way.
That's true.
Hit your shots.
You good there?
The heck?
So it's like we have Grav and we don't really have anything in common with Grav. So in my head, like we just want to Grav in a place for me to follow up and hopefully kill.
You don't have the only defensible, I guess, would be like lamp at this point. I pushed too far forward. I thought I don't know what I was thinking. That's good. I should have like went back and behind me or something.
Oof.
Ouch.
Again, the Grav super far back.
And then I got you guys killed
one,
here.
No
by
one can do
moving him
damage to
closer.
it.
Yeah, here, I know he has Shatter and I know he's shattering here. I just don't block it because I'm just trying to get to the Grav to try and finish kills because I think they're low. But they're not even low just because we don't have the range to do anything. Like, alright, so our DPS are Kree Sombra and like...
Did we communicate that, Graham?
I don't remember.
Even again,
I
even
think
if we
he said
did
something along
communicate
the-
it, it's terrible.
Yeah, so it's like he lands a 5-man Grav. They don't have lamp. This is the ideal Grav that he is looking for on paper, right? Like
But it's so
5-man, no lamp. The Reinhardt's hacked. We just kill them all, and life is glorious. And we go home to a parade because we won the day. We're victorious. However,
A big gap there.
there is a significant gap of 4 steps or so, right? So
Even if it gets like the Reinhardt here, like that's not bad necessarily. I think I also should initiate with the grab first.
if he grabs at his feet right now,
Mm-hmm.
we win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the Brig, the Rhine, maybe the Zarya, and we get those 3 picks. We immediately like just step on them, and they die. Especially since the Reinhardt is hacked, right? So it's not going to have a shield to hide behind. There's 4 steps that we have to cross into 100 turret Zarya, a Kree, a Baptiste, and a Brig. So it's like they have the damage, they have disruption, they have CC. So it's like we can't just walk up on this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually get flashed. I'm bad.
And then I got them closer to you guys. That
I'm
boot.
assuming the mentality keeps going because like I think it was also DFX was saying that he keeps trying to go for the big grabs when you should just go for like well just even like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he struggles with that as well.
Because you would think about just like how the impact of a 5v6, how much like of a detriment there are.
I mean, I think this is just a display of solo queue versus 6s, right? Because in solo queue, the enemy team does not have the coordination to stop like a team of 6 just running them down, right? And that's a fat grab, and they kill all 5 of them in solo queue, right?
Yeah.
But in 6s, that's just not a thing, right?
I would also argue getting like a 2 or a 3-man grab that you can actually follow up on is better than getting a 5-man grab that you can follow up on, especially in games like this.
A solo grab that kills someone is infinitely better than a 6-man grab that kills no one.
I agree with that, but also, even if like if it was a 5-man grab here and we wiped them, like there's a chance that they could retouch. But if we got a 2-man grab and killed those 2 people, then we stagger them and then we wipe out the 3 easily. So they can't get a 6-man recontest too. Maybe that's thinking too far ahead, but you know.
It's pretty big brain, but it's kind of true.
At the end of the day, you just want follow-up on the graph. Doesn't have to be big.
It's a setup, it's not the payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Shatter too. That's actually most takeaways do that.
I am glad you beat the Baptiste.
I try. This is the fight we take. I don't know if it's this fight. I think we get wiped here. But up here, yeah. No.
Like
next fight.
Too far ahead.
Next fight we take a fight
here,
on the
yeah,
right door, and I don't know what I was doing. Like I think I have to be playing with the team if I wanted to EMP. Like I don't know. It's just a bad spot in general.
He holds up at this archway, but because it's a top 500 team, they recognize that and they could just like push up and kill him.
Not even top 500. Only masters. But yeah, it's like it's like. Where's your Reinhardt, buddy?
That's way too harsh.
That's a hero position right there.
Yeah, I remember right there. I was telling him to come back.
He's trying to build a bubble.
And now we're at
Well, he was too far up.
He was trying to get charge, something like that. And I remember yelling at him to come back.
No point in charge.
You don't need to get charged because you got charged in
that's
the
a pretty good
fight.
trade.
Like, yeah.
Zarya for the rest of your team. Nice.
This is the. Ugh. I think at this point, like, once we called that we were going right side, I should have gone right side with you.
Oh yeah.
Because like, if I'm playing behind you guys, maybe I can get some people in the MP. But like, since it's in such a crowded hallway, like, I have to.
I couldn't see what was happening during this
Half
fight.
of them are outside.
All right, so it's
I
like
think we still
Maybe
win
I
this
could go
fight,
over
but
the
like
telephone
still,
pole.
oof.
this fight made me
That's some good
so
general
fucking
strength,
sad.
though.
Yeah.
We win this fight, don't we?
Clown
It's
Fiesta.
messy, but we win it.
Like maybe if I EMP, like if I'm behind you, but instead like
Yeah.
I didn't rotate with you guys fast enough, so I was like, oh, I have to EMP somehow. So I just there we go.
I'm even aiming for you. He's just stunning. Like,
I know.
In the hallway.
And like I ideally I can just throw my translocator higher up so I can't get flashed, right? But we're in a hallway, so I can't do that.
Hack the McCree and try
So.
to win the McCree duel.
No, he reacts to the
Yeah.
translocator, so it wasn't
No, I
done.
mean like, well, I mean like, I would like, oh yeah.
The only
like,
scenario
try
where
to
I can
go
EMP safely there is if I'm with the team.
Yeah.
Sag.
But even for what's the team, it's so cramped. You're not gonna get a lot of people.
And then here I'm saying no to Grab and Nano and
Oh, you said no to
It did
Nano?
sound like now, because it would like.
Yeah,
start
I'm not
shouting
gonna
Nano.
lie. It sounded like now.
Because there was a lot of noise.
I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
myself.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
mean, the tone kind of suggests like go. I don't. Right,
Sounded like now.
Yeah, it really did sound like now. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, if it sounds like now, it sounds like now. Like, it is how it be.
It just be like that.
It do be like that.
Maybe like the tone would be just like saying no, if like versus like yelling it out. Because yelling out sounds more assertive of like. I don't know.
I mean, that's just a literal like communication tone stuff. We're just bad.
Sag.
Sad.
Yeah. I'm saying no, and I know my voice, so it sounds like no to me, but I can see the now, so.
Yeah.
It's because of the game, like the noise of the game, the giant battle going on. Battle for the ages.
Didn't I purple to Genji? Yes, okay, cool, he died.
Clown Fiesta. We hate it here.
Overwatch is a clown, yes.
If I am spamming, or I'm just trying to think, like for literal talking things, I don't believe I will say now. I will say now. It's like if we're talking about like we want to use something, so it's like do this thing now. But if I want like an affirmative, like we are going, I will say go.
I say do it,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I say now.
Yeah, you don't say no, but it just sounded like a now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Just know that now is a no. Easy clap.
Big Hainan.
Sparth?
This was
Like
clean,
doing.
I think.
Oh.
I was really just targeting for the echo.
I hear the shots at the high noon, and in my head, I just assume Ryan Shield's gonna break.
I was aiming for the echo to get it.
Yeah, no. Like it got 2 kills, even though it charged for like half a second. So it's like it's definitely worth and all that. But
Question.
it's up.
It's very dumb, but I was playing Rhine, like 2 days ago, and I was standing in front of a high noon McCree, and it killed my shield and me. And I heard
Yeah,
something
because
along
someone
the-
was standing behind you.
Okay, so if someone stands behind me, it like will definitely break the shield. Can you?
Yeah,
A
if you
full
if
charge
you
high
charge
noon
it,
shot will
yeah.
break the shield.
Wait.
Full charge high noon shot will break your shield, right?
Mhm.
But if that shot is the shot on you, then you live, right? Because the shield just breaks, but you don't get shot. But if
Yeah.
someone's behind you, then the shot that breaks the shield is the person behind you, and then you get shot. Or you are the shot that breaks the shield, and they die, right? So,
Because I just remember I had my shield was completely full, and I was holding it in front of the high noon Cree, and my shield broke, and I died to it.
yeah, if you die, it's someone's behind your shield.
Okay. But if someone's not behind me, I don't die. It's just the shield that breaks.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is exactly why you should never use Ryan's shield, because even if you live, you kill your Ryan. And that's almost always never worth.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious about that.
Like one shield should be temporary to get to actual cover.
Yeah.
Worth.
Hog.
Java chip. No, I want one.
Java chup.
Actually, maybe not worth. If I got long spawn. Yeah, whatever.
Rest in peace.
I don't know if like we could have like been on the point any more than we were. Like maybe like a second or two.
I don't know.
I don't know how much like the difference.
At that point, I thought we could, but obviously I was wrong. That's a good bubble.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I like the delay on the beat too.
Didn't the Lucio go behind us then? Oh no, they didn't have Lucio. Oh, okay, I'll have to get another time.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye, map.
That was fast. I felt like we could have won this. I remember like
I mean, for sure.
like, we were positioned.
Absolutely.
Like I mean, this specific fight here, like we could have won it. I don't know like what we could have done differently though.
In my head, we grab this Reinhardt right now. I don't know if that's what happens, but in my head, that's 100% what happens.
That's what the play you would do.
Yeah.
Get them out of there right now.
Yeah, because then they can't touch, right? No one on their team would be able to touch if we had grabbed them on the left.
Where's Aya right now?
I backed up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I was getting
Just making
nervous
sure.
and I just...
Oh yeah, there's some shatters coming in. Is what happens. I still
I
get
think I
shattered
get
even
shattered,
though I go in
too.
the archway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I'm in the archway. I still get shattered.
So. But yeah, it's like we have momentum. We have them coming out of spawn, and we have Grav,
Holding on to way too long.
and like they're able to come back because like we just don't grab them. Because I think we cap there if we do the grab that I said, right? So, and we cap with over a minute, which is like great.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of more kind of rushing in. Now they're an advantage because you have to go into them. We don't wait. I guess we have. Well, you still have the two tinkles. You don't have. Any
I mean, we have the
tinkles.
tingles, but we can't do anything with them, right? Like, we're gonna have to push into a bastion. Like, how are we gonna do anything? We grab, they just immortality field. They have rally for like any raw damage. Like if I shatter all of them and the bastion's still alive, I can't do any follow up to that, right?
We do have DPS also coming too. Felt like that was early.
Yeah, here I pin because I am a feeder. That's 100% on me.
Well, I mean the shatter. I think the shatter could have like come like a couple seconds later, like because they were too far away.
Should we also not have grabbed there?
Like you're kind of pushing in, but they're
Well,
they're so far away. You also get booped away too.
Yeah, I get booped away. That's why the shatter is bad. Because that shatter, if I don't get knocked back, hits these three people too, right? Maybe
Yeah.
four. So that's the shatter I saw and the shatter I went for. But the brig knocks me back.
The
So
big brain.
yeah, or whatever. And like, I have not played against a brig that is this good in quite a while. So it's not a thing in my head that I'm paying attention to.
Hindsight
I
20.
see.
So I think I go for the pin on the Rhine, but then I miss it because he's too far behind the cart because I thought he was closer to the left.
Yeah, I guess I would have gone like to the crates or something.
Bold.
And then,
Down 3 at this point, like just like 30 seconds left.
So
With no ults, so it's like one best puddles.
So should we not have grabbed there because you got booped behind him?
at this point in time, once he sees me charge like that, he should not grab. Because he sees me feeding and should just assume that this is a lost fight because they're rallying, they're squaring. My shatter didn't get value.
Wait,
And even just that, you're the
So
main damage source for the grab. Like without you, they're just not killing people in the grab that much.
That's also true. And like we don't have damage for the grab and they're rallying, right? So it's like we're definitely not gonna kill anything in the grab. And there's 40 seconds left, so I should be able to swap ball and be able to touch if we really need it, so he can still have a grab for future. And then, like, he commits the grab, and the grab is a solo Reinhardt with a full shield. So it's like, eh. Like, with this right here, like, that grab's not going to do anything. So.
Should have died earlier too. But now we kind of just have to go single file into it.
Yeah, it's like here, if we have a grab, we have a grab into a duplicate, into an ult that probably helps. Like, he probably copies Ryan, swings into the grab, shatters them. Like, maybe we have a fight there, right? But just without the grab.
It was unfortunate.
I think I had to copy Bastion. Yeah, because he's mowing me down right there. Maybe I could have flicked on the Ryan. I don't know.
I mean, I think we play the fight different if, like, we have a grab, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then I
Probably
tried to
better
touch, I
than
got
the
stunned. Oh no, I do touch, but for like a second, and it doesn't mean it.
Maybe we should swap tanks. I feel like the off tank ults would be more impactful at this point, anyways, over the main tank. Looks like Shatter's like probably the only exception.
I will return.
Yeah, we called that they're good. That's a possibility that they can go on statue and they do it.
I don't want to watch this, dude.
Yeah, pain.
So, like, yes, we want our Zarya to be more aggressive, but when you don't have bubbles and you don't have a shield, you should not try and chase down a kill in front of a Bastion who's set up and shooting you. I mean, what? Do you have an angle on him? Or is it, does the shield actually block?
It blocks.
I had a slight angle on him.
You could shoot the, like, the very right of his gun or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From my position, I was able to get like the right side of him a little bit, like flip him, and I almost got down to like his like a fifth.
I was thinking that I should have
Oh, no.
played Ashe instead of Widow here, because I was the one that called like, hey, they might TP the statue. So
Yeah.
I think I should have just been on Ashe at the start. I don't know. Widow's not terrible, but I think considering this, Ashe is probably better.
Like if you are expecting it, like you would never Widow, right?
Yeah.
But I think we were just going with the assumption that they would actually do that,
Yeah.
right? And then
I'm just kicking myself because I was like, hey, they might go to statue, and then I still played Widow.
Is that like
Whatever.
What does that mean?
It's just a known thing, and it's like they were just playing Bastion, so it's like, hey, you know, Bastion is a thing that they're comfortable playing. So, like, it was definitely like a possibility, like in my mind, and I don't know if like how much we communicated it. Where it's like, keep it in mind, but they're probably not going to do it. I think it was
I
the
felt like in my mind it was like
I distinctly
60-40.
remember calling it,
yeah.
but you know.
I was thinking that it was more likely that they would do it because of Bastion.
Oh.
Although when you said like Bastion on statue, I didn't realize on top of statue. I thought it was like
Oh yeah, no, that's
on like weather base or something.
That if he had just like said something, I would have shielded him. Like, ugh.
Oh, this is just a boss fight here. Just back up. Girl, that's a very big thing. I forgot how we like lose this like corridor though after this point.
Bastion TP's up here, and they do
Oh,
Shinai.
yeah. Well, we two piece, but we're kind of holding it for a little while, and then something like the ults.
They wall with
The,
Bastion.
the shield is actually not a good shield because they're able to shoot from below.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
wait, how much value?
So here in this scenario, right? I'm basically playing the triangle that the Bastion like LOS is, right? So that's what I'm playing, and that's what I'm doing, and our team is like here, like in the LOS. It's like, I think what we should do is like just walk to the side and like try and take the least amount of damage possible and get behind me rather than trying to like peek and use the wall. Because the Bastion loses nothing by just holding M1 on the corner, right? Whereas it's like you have all the downtime of like being around a corner and then peeking out and then going back and then you're waiting for healing and then peeking out. And it's like, you know.
Yeah, I end up rotating after you get ults because like it's like this position.
Yeah, and then he just ults and kills everyone. That was a very
bad
noon.
Well, because I think I was like in my mind I was switching anyways at this point, but then I ended up switching back anyways, so I wasted it.
Yeah, because they swap off the Bastion here, so.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to switch to Tracer. I thought they were gonna stick. I guess it makes sense because they're not gonna get back to point in time. We just like don't have enough like people here.
I will say that bubble, where I'm backing up and holding shield, is an acceptable bubble because there's a square in front of me, so it's like, it's just assurance that I get out, and I'm fine with that one. All the other instances of me holding S and shield and bubble bad, but you know, that one's okay.
Turned. Did I miss anything? Taking notes.
We bad. Don't worry about it. There's Jonker. I don't think you want to boop the Reinhardt because you just want me to be back in action like as soon as possible rather than like, especially when we have beatdown. Like by booping me, like you just like stunning me more, letting me lose more health and things like that. And it's like, if we have any CC to follow up to give him more of a window to land the CC, that's fine, right? But like our flashbang is over here, not over there.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually kind of surprised we managed to like push ahead into it without like a lost cause.
I mean, they like overextend into us. And then like we have B, and it's like the Baptiste is here, right? Like, this is not good positioning on their part.
A little greedy.
It's like because of B, we're able to punish them running straight into us, and so we clean up because of it.
Interesting.
So we're here. We have Grav. Ideally, Pablos gets his pulse bomb by the time like the fight starts. Yeah, I think here you just want to poke because they don't have a defensive ult for our Grav and Grav pulse. Just so we have it, so we can pull the trigger on them immediately.
They do have bubbles though, and I think I hesitated a little bit on this Grav because I think the last like 4 or 5 Grav pulses we've done have been totally negated by bubbles. So I was like waiting a little bit. I guess he used bubble there. Maybe I'm just blind. No, we just hesitated a bit.
I think we called Nano Ryan. Oh, you still commit the pulse bomb. Okay, that's not good.
Sag.
There, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm trying to shatter the Zarya because I know she's their win con. But she has bubble, so I'm just a feeder.
Aren't we all?
And then, welcome to 3 minutes and 45 seconds of really good gameplay.
And then something happened.
And then Donker went to fix his hair.
No, but
I also pressed tab, so I was tabbing
and
and playing with my hair.
Yeah, it's like, if we don't get rolled on first point, if we get rolled on second point, then it's like we don't have to hold here for 4 minutes, and then we're chilling, right? Because we have 3 minutes and 45 seconds of a really good hold on third. But yeah, we out here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there I definitely wake up that Doomfist because I did not know he was slept there, and like I'm just swinging to swing.
Yeah, I probably should have said something where he was. So my bad.
And then they just don't push cart. Poke. Get a good stall on the cart.
Pog. Did we call for that, Nana?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Bye, sorry.
It's a good call on the Pharah and Mercy. Mercy's a little more sus just because like they'll have a grab eventually, and then we won't have a defensive ult, and they only need 1 fight. But if we just acknowledge it and
then,
play spread,
like maybe you guys still help the Pharah.
I think we just all in on the Pharah. Like I think Mercy is the correct pick. It's just a little sus. Just because we're all inning on the Pharah because they don't have hit scan, so it's like we want to get as much value as possible, and our backs are against the wall, so we're just trying to enable him as much as possible.
Maybe Mercy Bap. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't think.
It gives Lamp for Grav, but you know.
Yeah, like.
It's kind of a two-sided coin because then you don't have nades and yada yada.
Yeah, I think playing BAP just for grab, I don't think is worth it. It's just like as a team, we have to just not get 6-man grabbed or whatever.
Pretty much.
And then yeah. So
Gotta take care of your boys.
that's
Yeah, there's a Lucio on me.
Oh, that's a huge shatter.
I guess there's Lucy
I'm just
behind.
so
Bye,
killed.
Darth!
I'm so sad. He kills me twice.
Don't
I-
pay
That's
into
the
this.
first time, I think. He
Don't
killed me the same way
die
twice.
twice like that.
No, I only die once like that way. The other way I die is I'm in the back tunnel. Like, he kills me even though the rest of the team is dead.
Hmm.
Because like this is annoying.
Do I die here? Or is it later?
I think it's.
You have a minute.
You don't push to head. No. You're surprised.
Yeah, no, it's the next fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this doesn't look like it was called out. It looked like you were kind of confused for a second.
Darth, I don't think you quickfire this, High Noon. Like, if you just hold this, like, that forces the enemy Reinhardt to hold shield, and that it negates their...
I don't remember if I misclicked or not. Let's see. How long does it last?
It lasts an amount of time.
Yeah, that wasn't long enough. I don't know, like... Was I afraid of the... No, I don't know what it was about. Yeah, I don't know, like, why I did that.
Yeah, it's like,
I think
if
I
you
was afraid of
hold
Ryan.
that, it's a lot safer. You're not afraid of Ryan, because if you ever drop shield, you just immediately kill him, like... So... Yeah, I think just holding...
Yeah, right there. Just it kills me in that tunnel.
Rest in peace.
Satch.
Here we go.
Oh, this is it.
No.
Wait.
He has a minute.
Yeah.
This is the good fight. When I was like, "Hey Yeti, save your bubble." Yay!
Yay!
This is the dramatic.
Okay, so here, it's like we barrage. We're up 2. We should be pressing W on them. How far are you all the way back here? Jesus.
Yeah, my positioning was too far back. This whole like fight.
Okay.
So,
This roll right here, Darth, kills me.
a roll.
Yeah, your roll backwards kills me. Cause you see the situation in this room.
Yeah.
Wait,
This is something you want to roll into, not away from.
wait. Do I have sleep? Can you tell me? I missed!
Because he gets knocked, like, because of the charge, and I'm assuming you're aiming for something like...
Oh, the bubble.
Oh, the bubble ate it.
Sag. Okay, thank you.
But yeah, if that Ryan dies, I can just turn around and hold shield, and I don't die, right? But because the Ryan doesn't die, and I'm like 1 HP, if I hold shield, I just die to the Ryan swinging. So,
There's Donker than mine.
roll in. Save me, please.
Yeah. He should have swung,
Still
and I would
killing me
die.
then, but like, it's too late. I gotta sacrifice too.
At this point, I don't like this particular res, right? Because it's like, as a Reinhardt, I already have Shatter. I'm not going to push up for like ult charge and things like that, and like I shouldn't need to be a shield. So I think just like having the res in case someone gets picked early.
They're retreating right now.
Just
And
better.
also,
Yeah.
the Ryan just died,
Yeah.
so Robert gets back at the same time.
You have a free rise for next.
I was scared.
Hey, you know who needs a res for the next fight?
Oh, I do.
This is it?
Oh.
I wonder what's the big deal. Oh.
I was watching it happen too. Oh, you're standing up!
Why would you stand still?
Because he's fixing his hair.
Yeah.
Right.
I had tab on too, so I couldn't press D or S or A or W.
Oh, I can't res himself now.
Donker, why?
when I get like super nervous, play with my hair. But like right there, probably should have not done that.
That beat
Crouch.
landing.
That was perfectly timed.
I am a depressed man.
Even with the beat, we should have been able to kill at least someone.
We hit card set.
Yeah, I mean, it's the correct thing to do, right? Like the insta beat. I hate playing against people who are good. Shaking my head.
Yeah, I should have been up at like the top and like high mid, like at the ground. That was stupid.
But Darth.
That's not a good position behind it in there. And just collapse. What happened? Like, what, did you just get booped? What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bad.
I was like, look,
Yeah.
got rebounded, like,
Yeah.
ricocheted off of them.
Because they flash me and boot me.
Like, oh, you got booped back. Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah. Whiplash.
It's so close.
Yeah. Game 6.
Keep dying on King's Row, the game we won.
So, what we learned is Donker needs to shave his head. And then we hope there. Easy
Easy.
prayer. But you know, like, lots of punishable mistakes by a team who will punish us, so.
Also, like, I want to point out, they did make some mistakes too. Like, a lot of them we just didn't punish correctly. Or our mistakes were worse. So, if we can, like, fix up the... Like, honestly, a lot of these are really small mistakes. Like, consistent sometimes, but they're small. And when they pile up, it gets really bad. So, like, if we can each fix a few things, then I think we'll be in really good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I think positioning as a team, like as a whole, is probably the biggest thing we need to work on. And the decisiveness with pressing Q, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Remember?
like in these games we were aggressive, and we didn't need to be. In these games, we needed to be aggressive, and we weren't.
Remember last season when we totally got the meta figured out. Like, we knew exactly what to do, and we were really good at it. And almost all of that was knowing how to cycle our ults and pressing Q and initiating fights. We were so good at it. Like,
Just run at them, press Q,
Yeah.
win the fight.
like
And
we'd
just
play it
for
when it
4 minutes
wasn't
straight.
meta, and we'd still win because
Just
we were
play all
so
your
good at
things
it
in
and we knew
order.
what to do.
It's weird.
But, like, we just need to apply that to different compositions, and we'll be fine. You know?